Well, as far as Chief Justice Qazi Faez Isa's first day as Chief Justice is concerned, there have been a number of significant and monumental developments. The first important decision that perhaps may not have acquired or may not have gotten the same kind of traction that other decisions got was the appointment of the first female registrar of the Supreme Court of Pakistan. And while the media may have focused on other issues, this decision is extremely critical from an institutional point of view. Now, we're aware of the fact that for the last many years, the registrar of the Supreme Court would be somebody belonging to the government and a member of the executive. The decision to appoint somebody from amongst or from within the judiciary as the registrar of the Supreme Court sends an important message. And this decision will go a long way towards ensuring the independence of the judiciary and ensuring a complete separation between the executive and the judiciary as envisaged by Article 175 of the Constitution of Pakistan. So with this decision, and given that Justice Qazi Faez Isa, before he took over as Chief Justice, had frequently raised concerns about the registrar of the Supreme Court being a member of the executive, this decision is in keeping with Justice Isa's view that he expressed earlier, and this is a significant decision. Now, the other decision is also something that Justice Isa had even spoken about earlier. The decision to live stream proceedings of the Supreme Court had been discussed earlier. In fact, when Justice Isa's when his review petition was pending before the Supreme Court, Justice Isa had requested that the Supreme Court stream the proceedings across different television channels. Now, while such request was turned down at that point, it is now perhaps time that the Supreme Court streams proceedings under Article 184.3 live. The reason is that proceedings under Article 184.3 of the Constitution can only be initiated where an issue of public importance and one concerning the public's fundamental rights is involved. So it is only fair that when the Supreme Court deals with matters of public importance and matters involving the public's fundamental rights, the Supreme Court streams those proceedings live so that the public is cognizant of the issues that were discussed in court and about the implications of such cases. Thirdly, as far as the proceedings today are concerned, I believe it would perhaps be too premature to comment about the merits of the case, and perhaps it would be too premature to discuss the decision that may be passed in these cases, and perhaps it may also be a bit premature to discuss individual judges' leaning at this point. While some people may have certain notions about where individual judges are leaning, it would perhaps not be appropriate to discuss that at this moment and thus prejudice the court. Having said that, today is a monumental day, given that Justice Isa's appointment and his elevation to the office of Chief Justice seemed unlikely a couple of years ago, and given the fact that the Supreme Court on the very first day of Justice Isa's appointment streamed proceedings under Article 184.3, that I believe would go a long way in making the Supreme Court's adjudication of disputes more transparent, and this would perhaps also improve the public's participation and the public's interest in proceedings before the Supreme Court.